Hi guys, it's Crystal. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be checking out the Siser Brick 600. So this is a super thick HTV iron-on. So I'm going to bring this up so hopefully you guys can see how thick this thing is. It's very, very thick. So hopefully you guys will be able to see this. Super thick, which when we put it on the product, hopefully you guys will see that as well, like on a hat, a t-shirt. But this is a very, very thick adhesive. So they call it theirs, and I think it's either, I always say Siser, but when I was up at Creativation, they say Siser North America, so it may be Siser. Brick 600, I'll have it linked down below. This is going to be for your monograms, your logos, your, your business logos. So if you want to put dimension on a hat or a t-shirt or something like that, or on a bag, it's going to give you that extra thickness. So normally when it comes to iron-on, we want it to be super thin and smooth where you can't feel it on the shirt. But with this is going to give you texture. So if you want some texture and dimension, this is definitely it. I was trying to think about how thick this would be. I mean, it's pretty thick, okay? Really, really thick. Hopefully you guys can pick this up. So definitely check it out. Like I said, I'll have it linked below. This is one of those ones that you're gonna want to check this out. Let me tell you the price of it really quick. All right, so for a 12 by 20 sheet, you're looking at $6.49. But when Expressions Vinyl has their 20% off and things like that, definitely take advantage of getting these. But $6.49 for this is definitely affordable because you're going to want to check this out, especially if you own a business and you need something different for your logo to really stand out from the others. Definitely check this out. Now, you don't just have to have a business and stuff like that. You can do some really cool projects, but you want to stick with designs that are more like this. It's not circle, but just something that's more simple. Don't have a lot of intricate and stuff like that. I'm going to go ahead and take this and put it upside down on the mat. All right. So it's on iron-on plus. I have the mirror on. I'm ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. All right, so I'm going to unload it, and now let's see if we can peel it off the mat with it all sticking, and it does. So that did so much better. So this is what I'm talking about. This is normal where it would all come off on the square. We'd weed it out, but if you have it on light cardstock plus or on cardstock plus, they're going to come out like this. So light cardstock plus is actually going to tear your plastic just a little bit. So you can even see I lost a little bit of my carrier sheet ripping that off. But if you do it on cardstock plus, it'll actually cut it a little bit cleaner if you don't mind it like this, okay? Now, if you want it to be like normal, just set it on iron-on plus, and that's going to be the same thing whether it is for your, any of your explorers or your maker, okay? So now let's go ahead and weed the outside. So remember, it's really thick, so we're going to get it going here. And it's so thick that we could actually use our hands to weed like these things. So you can see how nice that cut is. So definitely use the iron-on plus. All right, so I'm going to peel off this. Normally I would keep that, but it's such a small ring that I'm not even going to mess with that today. All right, so I'm going to weed out the inside. Like I said, these are bigger pieces, so you should be able to kind of just bend it and use your fingers to weed that out. And like I said, I wouldn't, according to Siser as well, I wouldn't recommend maybe doing any intricate, because like, for example, like my rings here are really thin. They may not work out so well, so you may not want to do that, but you guys can hopefully see how thick this stuff is. So it's really thick. It's pretty cool. Okay, so here is both of our designs. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these down so we can have them ready to go. And you can see it's like this mat. It's just super thick. So hopefully you guys can see this. Stuff is really thick. Maybe you guys can see it this way to give you guys that thickness right there. Maybe you guys can see a little bit of it. Awesome. Okay, so let me move this stuff out of the way. I'm going to cut these dudes in half. I'm actually going to bring this one down since it's going on a hat. So what I'm going to do is we're going to be using the EasyPress today, and we're going to use their settings. So they have it for 311 for 20 seconds. So I'm going to bring this in so we can see it. I'm going to move our machine out of the way. So we're going to be using the Cricut EasyPress today, and they recommend 311. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put it on 311. Okay, so it's skipped. So I'm going to do 315 for 20 seconds, okay? So I'm going to start heating that up. So we're going to be using the 6x7 today, and then we're also going to be using the Cricut Mini today to do a hat. So we're going to do a shirt and a hat so I can show you both. All right, here we go. Let's get the shirt ready. So I'm just using, this is half polyester, half cotton. This is the Gild and Dry blend. And this is just the one that I so happen to be using today. All right, so we're going to get this up here. And then I also want to show you using my, because we're going to put this where your pocket normally would be, but this t-shirt don't have a pocket. What I'm going to use today is the logo gridded. I've showed you guys this before. All you have to do, you're going to get this over on Heat Press Nation. I will have it linked down below. So all you have to do is take this circle right here and get it right in the center of your neckline. And then you can figure out exactly where your pocket is here. So all you'll do is take your design here, like so. That way, if you're doing like multiple of these shirts and you want them to all match and be in the exact same location, you can do that. So let's say I do something like this, okay? So mine is located at 3.5 down, and the top of it's located at the 3 inches. And I know it's hard to see because of my glare. Let me try to move this. So say I figure out exactly where I want this thing to be. I'm gonna start at the 3 inch at the top, and I'm going to do 3.5 inches down. So my side starts here at 3.5, and the top of my design starts at the 3 inch mark. So I know every single shirt, that's exactly where that guy's going to go. I love this thing, super affordable. Like I said, link down below. Definitely check this out. So here we go, but we're going to move this, but remember, we're going to do 3 and 3.5. So I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and preheat. So you want to preheat just like you normally would. So Siser recommends about 2 to 3 seconds. Cricut recommends 5. So we've got that. I'm going to bring in that logo gridded. All right, I'm going to get it right in the middle of that shirt, making sure everything's lined up. And then I'm going to take our design here. And same thing. So I'm going to get that 3.5, and I'm going to start at the 3. So every time I lay these, I'm going to set them down. You can see where that fog's kind of getting to it from the heat. All right. So that looks good. So once I'm ready for that, I'll move my logo grid out of the way. I can tape this down. Tape it down with that heat transfer tape. All right. So it just so happens we're using the one from Cricut today. I'll have the one linked from Amazon and Cricut linked down below. All right, so I'm going to get a little bit of tape just to hold this down to be safe. All right. So we're set at 315 for 20 seconds. This is what Siser recommends. That you come on top for 5 seconds. So I'm going to hit go. They say medium to firm pressure. So you really want to push down on this. Remember, this is a very thick HTV. All right, so just 5 seconds, which I went a little bit too far there. I'm going to pick that off, stop that. Then they recommend that you flip it over. I'm going to leave that on there. Flip it over because your adhesive is on the back side of the vinyl. And this is so thick that you need to work from this side. So now I'm going to put it back on and take the remaining of the time and finish this out. So I need to do 15 seconds on the back. All right, just like that. Looks good. I'm going to go ahead and move that. And now I'm going to let this cool down all the way. This is a cold pill, so we're going to let it cool completely. So while we do that, we'll set that out of the way and start working on the hat. On my hat here, I'm going to have my logo just right here. So this is actually my sister, my brother-in-law's company. The girl next door, you've seen me use this logo before. So I'm going to just put it on the hat right here. So this will be for my sister-in-law. And I'll tape it down in just a second to kind of help us. And we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to preheat here. Then we're going to tape it down, do 5 seconds on the top. And then we're going to do the remaining 15 seconds the same inside the hat. So that way we can really get to that adhesive since it's so thick. All right, and while we're waiting for that to heat up, I think it just got done, but I'm going to go ahead and peel this off so you guys can see. So I'm going to scoot this stuff out of the way and go ahead and peel it off. And she's good to go. So 5 seconds on top, 15 seconds on the back. And hopefully you guys will be able to see that this has a dimension. I'm hoping you guys will be able to pick that up. Let me bring it in. And I won't be able to see until I edit back to see if you guys can pick that up. But it's really cool. So you have a dimension on that. So if I came and rubbed across this, like, stuff's gonna catch on it because it's so thick, but it's really cool. It's just gonna give you that extra texture. Absolutely love the way that came out on the shirt. So let's go ahead and get the hat done. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna preheat my hat here, and they recommend, once again, 2 to 3 seconds, but I'm gonna do just a little bit longer to make sure, since this is a thicker piece. So I've got that good to go. All right, gonna get me some more of this heat resistant tape, my heat resistant tape, and I'm gonna go ahead and tape this guy down just to be safe since it's on a rounded surface. All right, see, I'm happy with that. And what I'm gonna do to help me so I don't burn myself is I'm gonna use my smaller mat here, and I'm gonna get it right behind the hat so I don't burn myself. So definitely use caution when you're doing this. And this is gonna fit right on top. So I'm just gonna push down, remember, medium to firm for about 5 seconds. And remember, we don't have a timer with this, so we're just gonna have to estimate. So I'm gonna go about 5 seconds. It's just gonna get you a little bit of tack so it don't come off while you're working on this, all right? So there we go. Now I'm gonna flip it over, and I'm gonna work from this side. So I'm just gonna use this. And since it's this way, I should be able to just set it on my mat like this and get on the inside. All right, so now I'm just giving it that medium to firm pressure for about another 15 seconds. All right, looks good. Now, once again, this is a cold pill, so we're gonna leave this and let it cool all the way down, and then we'll pill it up. Now we're ready to go. We're just gonna pill that right off. How cool is that on a hat? Super cool. So hopefully you guys can see now that dimension. I'm gonna try to bring it in as close as I can. Thick. See, there you go. I think you can see it a little bit there. So it's really cool. It's going to give you that extra dimension. So if you're looking for something different, something new to try, such a great, cool piece. If you're going to purchase just one, next time you purchase one of these just to try it out. There's several colors to choose from. It's Siser Brick 600. Like I said, it's linked down below. Definitely try out the logo gridded if you haven't already. Super easy to use. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.